sincere love for one another, and that's pretty much what you get between Diana and 47.
Yeah, the trust is there. They know that the job will get done, regardless if she's working for a different company or he is, a stone cold killer, and that's all he does. But in all reality, they have been in a relationship the whole time from day one.
And so in Blood Money, you'll actually end up getting to see Diana for the first time in the series, and it's actually really the first part where you really get the feel since Silent Assassin. Silent Assassin had the priest.
Yes.
That you kind of had that relationship with because he was the one that took you in. And then he gets stolen, and then that's supposed to be the motivation. That's it's motivation.
Yeah.
But, it's just it's a priest.
Yeah.
I never really bought into the whole hey I got to go save this priest. I'd say well. That sucks, I'm a stone cold killer, and I'd go back.
Why would I care?
Right. But this is the first time where you really, really get the feels and the emotions because Diana shows up, and then she sticks you in the neck with what's poison at the time, and it's probably one of the coolest aspects and mechanics of this game that I absolutely loved. Is he died. He died, and then credits start to roll. You see him at the funeral. He's got his guns crossed. And then you wiggle the stick at the end, and his heart starts pumping, and you get to blow away everyone at the funeral.
Yep.
That's probably the best, well-executed ending I have ever seen.
Yep. And it was good. And the thing is, like you said, it opened up for more. Like, okay, he's still here. But the thing is, when we go into basically Hitman Absolution, I might be skipping ahead,
We're skipping Damnation because that was the, what was the other one? Was that one the Nuns?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They overhyped that one to hell.
Wait, no, Absolution has the nuns in it.
Absolution has the nuns?
Yeah. Basically, that's when it started getting its hype, is what it is. Absolution was something, a separate little system based off of, Go is, like on the cell phone. So
got it.
That's what it was in between.
Got it.
So basically, that was just, hey, this is what a Hitman game is. We had that. We'll talk about that now. So Hitman Go. It's on your phone. It's like a game you play being him. Or you have the one like, the demo was for Absolution was the sniper challenge.
Well, Go was actually this little really neat little game. I recommend getting it for your phone. It's worth the 99 cents or however much it is to pay for it.
Why not?
But you actually have it's like a board game. You get a little 47 piece, and you move it, and every time you move, the bad guys move, and you got to get through this whole puzzle and map. And
see, that's cool. See, it's a different way to look at it, and that's why I like when creators or developers of games, they get to that point where, how can we reinvent this smaller wise, bigger wise, or a completely different way to go about it? And that's when you know that you have a company that can be like an underdog. Like they're not really known as much, and they don't get out there like Nintendo. We expect you to do this. The idea is that underdog is to get out there and go, you expect this, but this is what you're gonna get, and then you're even more blown away.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hitman Sniper, I haven't played that one. It's another one for your phone. But if you want to try Hitman out before you end up throwing $60 on a full-blown Hitman game, I'd recommend picking up Sniper or Go and giving that a shot. Because the feel's pretty much the same. It's not a shooter, but you still get the overall aspect of the game. It's at its core, it's very similar to the Thief games, even though it came out beforehand.
Right.
But as well as Arkham Asylum, they're all very similar, feel-wise, aesthetic-wise, where you have there's goals in mind, and you can do it any way that you want to do it.
Right.
But at the same time, it's both action and very much a puzzle-solving game.
Yeah, it's like you have to be a detective, regardless of course, Hitman's about being an assassin, but you still have to be a detective. It's like literally you are Batman and you're this person. And it's that kind of the lore basically tells you have to be able to be like how you are now. Make a choice is what it is. Real life, not just guns blazing. Blah, 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 I just killed everybody.
Although you can do it that way if you so choose.
You can't, but it's the fact.
But there's repercussions. All the police show up. All the police show up.
5-0.
And quite literally, it gets really exciting really fast.
Yeah, it does.
But you get that adrenaline feel when you're achieving that silent assassin rank.
Yeah.
And you're sneaking behind God, it harkens back into the day of replaying the old Nintendo and Super Nintendo games over and over again to get memorized.
You think games these days are, man, they're so complicated, so hard. Go back and play Mario. I guarantee if you sit down and you go for the first levels.
We did that just recently.
I know. You're going to die. Because no matter what, if you know the game is good and you create it good, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be hard, regardless if you go 20 years later, 20 years before, anything. That just shows you a great game.
And it's kind of like just being able to go back in time and replay that same level over and over again. And it's not boring because you're learning from it. You're learning. Okay, obviously I don't want to go out there because that guy is going to walk over, and then you think that, and this is where they get you every time.
All the time.
Is that guy's going to go forward, and then he doesn't, and then you end up sitting behind a bush for like 45 minutes, going, "Wait, cross, just go over by the bush so I can strangle you," and then you get sick of it, and then you try to go the other way, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, and hell breaks loose. And basically, also with Hitman Absolution, it also introduced a mechanic that you could play the demo. I think was kind of mind blowing in how they did it. They showed him basically the intro, of course. No spoiler. Is that he's in the library, and now the agency gave him up. Like, they're done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They got their cover blown. And they're like, okay, here's your guy.
Really
he's the one that's killing everybody. Go get him. And so then basically he becomes the target of the world. And the mechanics they introduced is, it's not. It's video games. Don't get me wrong. The fact that you can see where a pattern or someone's going to walk. But the idea was, yes, that person may walk that pattern, but in all reality, they didn't. They showed you where they were going to walk, and how you could detective mode that or be able to do this and that. And I did it all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, this will be easy now. No, that is not the case. Because that path, they could just like halfway through the thing turn around, or they hear something, or they, human interaction. So that was the one thing that brought Hitman Absolution even more, into the game. And the thing is, Hitman Absolution got a little more popular because the movie in 2007 came out. The very first.
Timothy Olyphant?
Yeah, Timothy
Olyphant?
Yeah.
Timothy Elephant.
That movie came out. What did I think about the movie? Well,
I don't like Timothy Elephant.
Oh, there you go. See, that just tells you
what
I think. I liked the movie, don't get me wrong, because they're introducing it. I got excited because, can they actually pull off what the video game has? It's like a comic book or X-Men. Oh, can they pull it off? But yeah, remember, every movie's going to be Hollywooded up. They want to make money. So they're going to do it their way. Did they get certain parts right? Yes, I'll give them that. Timothy, he pulled the whole Dead Stone walk.
And we'll get there here in a second. We're going to wrap up with Absolution.
Right.
All right, so with Absolution, this is where they fully brought that family story arc we were talking in.
Right.
And they brought in a little girl who is also, in fact, a clone. By the way, spoilers if you haven't already left.
Right.
They brought a little girl in who's also a clone. Diana shows up and goes, "Here, I need you to take care of this little girl." Now, everything aside, you need to understand that this is as close to a family as 47 will ever have.
Ever.
Because of how cold-hearted he is.
Yep.
They're not blood, but no mistake. Diana and 47 are married.
Yeah. In all reality, everything that's happened to this point, to this game, they're married, and believe it or not, even if that's not their kid, it is their kid. Regardless, because he feels compelled in the game he has to protect this little girl. And the fact that Diana herself made him a mission to go get this girl.
Absolutely. Diana sees the kid about to go through all the trouble and tribulation that 47 is about to go through.
Right.
47 has actually already been through. And so the only person that can understand this little girl is 47, because they're on to Diana. Yeah. She needs to be able to ditch the kid, and 47 is the only one.
Yep.
Daddy.
They can take care of the situation on the fly, right there.
Right. So blood, married or not, they are a family.
Yep. I agree
and
with
so
that
that's that whole story is 47 being able to take care of this little girl. And that's kind of where they've left it off for right now until the new game comes out. And I'm actually I'm kind of super excited about it. It's kind of gone downhill. The whole franchise has gone downhill. Not so much of gameplay ability, in my personal opinion of it, but in popularity. He's not as popular as he used to be. And a lot of people really just didn't understand the story arc with the little girl, and they just thought it was a way to push up numbers. Same thing with the one before, where they brought in the whole yellow, you can see where people are walking.
Right.
A lot of people really didn't like that because they thought they were copying off Arkham Asylum's detective mode.
Right.
But it's not the same. Right? It's very easy to go, hey, oh yeah, we stole this from this game. It's not the same.
Right.
So that's really the high points and low points of the first core set of games.
Right.
So now we're going to move into the movies. So if you haven't seen the movies, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you not to waste. If you want to go see the movies, go see the movies.
If you want to see a good action flick, it'll give it to you. You'll get the action. He'll get the girl. Whatever works. But you got to remember, just like how he said with the games, it's completely different stories. Like Charlie said, his opinion is don't go see the movies. And please come back next time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out and seeing us this time. Make sure to come back for future videos. Click that subscribe button. Any comments you feel are right, negative, positive, we like them all. So just make sure to keep on coming back.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.